till Mark and Josh podcast.
Mark and I want to talk about FortNite Season 6 rumors and some of the things that we as players would like to see in either Season 6 or Season 7.
We have the fucking truth.
So, yeah,
let's talk about that.
Let's drop the truth on people.
Drop the truth.
Because you did do a deep dive, and I did a deep dive.
So
let's really talk about some of this new for Season 6 and that wonky Season 7 stuff.
Let's hold that.
Like
we'll hold
top
that
secret.
We'll hold that to the very
maybe
end.
Could be. Okay, so there's going to be a new trap in FortNite Season 6. Mark, do you want to tell them what the trap is?
Well, I think we all know life is dangerous, and they took from real life, and the new trap is student debt.
So the new trap in FortNite 6 is going to be student debt. You're not going to want to loot any houses because you're going to be depressed because you can't afford a home of your own, and you can't get that nice car, and your parents are going to ostracize you for not being able to make as much money as they did when they were younger, and it's just going to make it so you can't aim properly, you're not paying attention, and you get shot in the head.
And all the loot you get, a portion of that goes back to Sally Mae.
Sally Mae takes most of your loot.
So
if you get a gold scar, they might take that shit out right from you. They might garnish your gold scar. So I don't know what to tell you. Grenades, it's 9 grenades. You think you're feeling good. I'm going to take down a base with these 9. No. Nope. Sally Mae is going to come and take like 8. They might leave you with 1.
They'll garnish your grenades.
Sally Mae is going to leave you with nothing but a gray pistol.
Ooh, the worst.
Your entire inventory is going to be full of gray pistols and like blue hunting rifles. And if you're a console player, that's not a great thing.
Well, I think the disappointment my father has in me is the same disappointment I get when I get a gray pistol out of a chest. It's the worst feeling in the world.
You get you get that gray pistol, and it's such a useless, worthless gun. And then you think to yourself, the way that I feel about this pistol is probably the way my father feels about me.
The reality sinks
in. That is the first trap. So, I mean, that's a great new trap, I think. I can't think of a better trap.
The most powerful trap we have.
So the student debt trap, that is secret number 1. Now, Mark, is the student debt trap going to be in FortNite Season 6, or is it going to be in FortNite Season 7?
Ooh, I've heard Season 6, but they could do like a Season 6, and by Season 7, the economy crashes and your traps are worthless.
Are governments and financial institutions, are they packaging those traps and trying to sell them off as a financial instrument?
A collateralized trap obligation, perhaps?
Perhaps.
I got a great annuity for you. Invest in traps, my friend.
I think we just lost all the people who are into Fortnite, and we lost all the people that pay attention to us.
And the one person who's into financial instruments.
And the one guy that I know that's deep into Wall Street. The only reason why we're versed at all in this shit. At least I am. Okay. So that's a new trap. Let's talk about new materials in FortNite Season 6. Now, unbeknownst to many of you, there will be a new material that cannot be taken down with a weapon.
This is confirmed.
This is absolutely confirmed. 100%. You don't get a lot of it. I think you might get in one game enough to build 4 walls so you could build your base.
Well, it's a
base
gold.
Of the base of your building.
Yeah, it's a gold variety. It's rare.
A gold variety, very rare.
Legendary.
It's legendary. And what it is, so this new material in FortNite Season 6 is I'm having trouble reading your writing, Mark. It says the cages used to detain migrant children. Okay.
Unbreakable so far.
Unbreakable, yeah.
Unbreakable.
Yeah. That's a really good point. I mean, think about it. Even the discord of the people speaking out against it doesn't seem to be having an effect on any policy whatsoever. It's almost as though we're not living in democracy. Seems like there's millions of people calling out, hey, why don't we reunite these children with their families and remove them from these detention centers? And we're not. Because these cages
are unbreakable.
They're unbreakable.
That's the problem.
They're impenetrable, and that's what you're going to see in FortNite. And I'm really excited because I'm not going to say that I'm the best FortNite player, but I have a couple solo wins.
You got 2 wins, bro.
I have 2 solo wins. And to be fair to me, I don't play nearly as much as most of you motherfuckers that really play Fortnite. Like, I'm a casual, like, come downstairs at night and play a half hour. Sometimes I'll go bonkers and play a couple hours. But I'm not treating this like the rest of the world, who's putting at least 4 hours, 5, 6, maybe all. I know
like
guys
12.
that are playing. I know guys that are waking up at 6:30 in the morning to play Fortnite, and they'll play all day long, all day long. Construction guys that are like, oh, I'm laid off, I'm on unemployment, so I'm gonna fucking play Fortnite 19 hours a day, and then they're like, hey, Josh, you're not that good. It's like, hey, that's all you fucking do. So suck my fucking gabagoo, all right? These guys are Italian. They're old Italian stereotypes.
That's all you're friends with are old Italian stereotypes.
Yeah, I can only be friends with you if you behave like just a stereotypical Italian chef, centric, over the top,
a lot of meatballs.
meatballs. So let's talk about this, because this is a game changer. So, right, I have 2 solo wins.
Mm-hmm.
You have 6 solo wins. To be fair, you play a lot more than I do. I think that can be confirmed.
True.
And you also watch tons of video. Like, you actually actively seek improvement in the game. I care, but it's just kind of a way to kill time for me. I wish I cared more, but we're doing videos and things that really matter to me in real life. So I'm not going to be a pro gamer. That's not happening for me. So,
but watching Ninja is fun. He's very entertaining.
But with that being said, these migrant cages, so you build your base with these migrant cages, and people can't shoot your base down.
No, that's impenetrable.
And I'm not a great builder. And, you know, guys that are seasoned, they can build above you, and they can just shoot whatever you build up. Your wood, your brick, your steel. They just shoot that shit down. It just comes down on you, and then you die. And a guy like me, I can't hang with some of these really top players unless they get close to me. Because if it comes close combat and I can pull out my shotgun, let's say my blue tactical, let's say I'm lucky, I got a purple heavy shotgun, let's say I'm in heaven and I have that legendary gold heavy shotgun. Now we're talking business.
That's business time.
And I can compete. But when it's this building, rifle, I'm going to snipe you out. Like, these snipers, they've gotten too good. A guy like me, I need the migrant cage so I can keep these people at bay. So they have to come closer. They have to play. I need to get them to come to me. Come play close quarters combat with me.
But the rumor is that once you build the cage, you can't actually get out of it. Like in real life, you're stuck in it.
Right. I mean, this is very true to life.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing can get you out. Social justice groups, social justice warriors,
Senators.
they're not going to be able to get you out of these cages for migrant children. All right, let's move on. I discussed this a little bit. So this is something that I can't confirm. I can't say for a fact that this is going to be in Fortnite Season 6. But the llama. So they have, you know, if you play Fortnite, you know that there are these llamas. And they're beautiful. And when you see one, you get so excited. Now, these llamas contain lots of materials, lots of wood, lots of brick, lots of steel.
You get traps,
potions. And I was thinking, you know, I've always wanted to be able to hide in one and pop out on somebody and kill them. And apparently this might be something that is going to come to fruition. You might be able to hide in these llamas.
Oh, it's confirmed. Season 6.
The proximity chat. You talked about this.
I would love
if I'm playing against somebody, I kind of want to hear if they're talking shit to me. Because, you know, maybe they don't do proximity chat because they know what that's going to bring out of people, the nastiness.
Yeah.
And I think that's why Fortnite, they charge you so you can do those dances. So instead of the proximity chat, that's the way you get to brag. You can't be too mean-spirited about it, because otherwise you'd say some fucked up shit.
Yeah, but it'd be so much fun.
It would be fun. I would want proximity chat. Fortnite proximity chat. Surveillance cameras.
You mentioned, this was one you came up with. I like this.
Like, so to keep into step with the surveillance state, I was thinking that it would be awesome if you could set up cameras. And then you could switch a mode where you could actually observe, you know, what the camera's picking up on.
Mm-hmm.
So you hide a camera maybe over by a building, and then you go hide. Now, people will see them and smash them, but if you make it so there are more surveillance cameras, if you make it more true to what's happening in the United States,
Like you can't take them all down.
They put up a lot. Like
Yeah.
the game has tons of them. They're ubiquitous. Then you don't know, is that one of the one? Like, did somebody get one? Is that theirs? Am I being watched? Because there's a lot of times when you go to some of those estates and they have the cameras, and I always smash them. And they don't give you a lot of materials. It's just that I don't feel comfortable. It's weird. I don't even feel comfortable with it in a game.
Just uncomfortable. Like they're always watching. That's kind of like what they do that in Siege, right? Rainbow Six. Same idea. You can pull out like a phone and look at the footage.
I don't know anything about that game, Mark. Please stop.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
The game, to me, that's like an old man game. I hate the pace of it. It's like, we're going to play 5 mini games, and you might die in 1 second in all 5. So 5 seconds of gameplay. It's super slow too.
It is. No,
you got to
really
wait for the legs. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's like golf. It's like golf. I see you down here. I'm like, I get it. It seems like a more intellectual game, but it's boring nonetheless.
It's just a change of pace from Fortnite, you know.
Storm force field.
This is one that I'm very excited about.
So you get a storm force field. So basically, the idea is you drink some potion, the storm fucking force field potion, and you get a force field around you that is like the storm. So if people come within proximity of you, their life gets gobbled up just
away.
as though they were in a storm. But the even awesomer thing about this is that if you have the storm force field, when you're in the storm,
Protects you, right?
it protects you and you take no damage. So for 15 seconds, you have the storm force field, and you can just hang back in the storm and be protected from the damage, and you can just fuck. We're trying not to swear. I'm trying to be so clean for corporate America. The corporations control all the power and all the wealth, so you need to kiss their hands. Oh, overlords, please make me a shining star. A little boy who's achieved. All right. All right. So
That's beautiful.
back to
the storm force field. Yeah.
Back to the storm force field.
But when the circle gets really tight, right, you have to be more strategic about where you build, because you can't, if you jump in with somebody in like a little 1x1, your health starts going down. So it's really a way to like kind of balance the play out, because once it gets really small, if the dude can outbuild you, you're dead, unless you're trying to be all sneaky.
Yeah. And it'll keep people at bay.
Yeah.
If you have that storm force field, it'll keep people from coming near you.
And it's a good balance from the grappler, the gun. Like, you know, you kind of like can grapple up and like come right into somebody's base. Yeah. It's a little hey, brother.
Grapple into somebody with that? Oof. Damn, that's a game. That's fucking deadly. Sorry, I swore again. Corporate overlords, I'm sorry that I just swore again. I'm trying to watch my mouth to sell your products with cleanliness. Oh, dude, the genie.
Oh yeah, give him this one. This one's great.
This is Fortnite
7. This is
not season 6, but season 7, and it's a genie, and you get the genie, and you don't get 3 wishes, unfortunately, and you don't even get 1 wish. You just get what he gives you, but it's kind of cool. So you get one more block in your inventory. So in your weapons inventory, you get one more spot. So, you know, oftentimes you see something that you really want and you can't make room for it. And you're like, I got to drop something.
You drop the med kit.
And you have to compromise, whether you're dropping the med kit for grenade or, you know, just something. It's just cool to have one more item that you can keep in your back pocket.
But is it the 3-in-1? Was that the rumor you heard? You get the 3 weapons in one slot?
There's also, yeah. So the rumor is either it's going to be 1 new slot for inventory, or it's going to be 1 slot that can handle 3 different items. So imagine that. It's basically like having 3 extra slots, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just very cute. All right, let's talk about our sponsor for today. Our sponsor is PUBG.
Yeah.
PUBG, do you want to play a video game that looks like GoldenEye 64 in 2018? Well, we have the game for you. It's called PUBG on the console. Do you like waiting for things to render? Do you like to drop down on a tree and then it turns out that it was actually a building? Do you want to drop on a vehicle and find out that it was actually a piece of dirt because there was no vehicle there?
Do you want to come down into a wall and get stuck there?
Do you want to have glitches left and right as though you've been playing a beta this whole time?
Do you want to get sniped from 500 meters with no possibility of seeing the guy?
Do you want to have a game where the map is so huge that the games last about 6 years and you get bored quickly and it makes replay value not that great? Do you want a game where the graphics are pretty much the only colors are the color of grass and the color of sand?
Do you want a game where you pay $30 and then have to buy a battle pass or a season pass on top of that?
Do you want to play a game that just got an update with a smaller map because they just figured out that, hey, maybe the map is a little too big, guys? Do you want to play a game that was supposed to be what Fortnite is now, popularity-wise, but completely missed the mark and is now mad that Fortnite stole their glory? Do you want to play a game where the players are always complaining that Fortnite is too cartoony?
Oh, my gosh.
That game is too cartoony. Let's talk about, I want to address
Oh
this
my
right now.
gosh.
Video game players.
Come on.
Guys that get mad about games that look cartoonish. What is the knock? They're different. It's different styles. It's a different rhythm. Do you watch a cartoon and you're like, dude, Rick and Morty?
Bro.
It's a little too cartoonish, man.
I think it's a holdover from like the PlayStation days, like where everything had to be really realistic looking instead of fun to play. That's where like
I think
people
it
who
did
play
too.
PUBG would be Sega Genesis kids back in the day.
I agree.
Like
I
they're
agree with that
they're
assessment.
stuck. They're stuck in that mode.
It's also, do you want to play a game, and I'm referring to PUBG, obviously, who is our sponsor. Don't get it twisted. Do you want to play a game where
The frame rates are in the single digits.
the frame rates could be in the single? I had one and I completely lost it because our sponsor probably sent some type of
Mind ray.
some EMF radiation.
You've been blanked.
I was blanked out. I was like, it's amazing that sponsors can do that to you. They have that kind of control.
Well, this is the world we live in. I mean, let's really talk about what Fortnite
PUBG
is.
just wow. I was gonna say something about PUBG, and it's like they knew. I just blacked out. You gotta add to stuff about PUBG.
I think your phone is. They're using your phone to fuck with your mind.
Dude,
The EMF
I
radiation.
can't handle this future that we're living in, man, brother, sweetheart.
Well, that's why Fortnite is so good. It's teaching you so when society collapses, how to loot, how to kill, and how to get around fast. That's the benefit of Fortnite, prepping you for a worse future.
Fortnite Season 6 is it's going to prep you for martial law that's coming in this country when the currency collapses. And I got to get back to PUBG because we got to really plug our sponsor.
Oh.
I can't stray too far. That's why we spend a little time with our sponsor, because after all, they're keeping the lights on. They're making this country move. They're providing American jobs. They're providing American labor. They're making all the hard hats for blue-collar workers. They're making all the garments. They're making machine guns. They're making poison that's going on your food. Shout out to Monsanto, who is a sponsor.
Yep.
And I like Monsanto, and I like what they're doing. They're really evil, and they don't hide it. And you just got to respect.
You can
that.
trust that. You can
I
trust
can trust that.
You can trust that.
But back to PUBG. PUBG is not a thinking man's game. Fortnite is a thinking man's game. Fortnite is for the chess player, the new age chess player, because the building element adds such a new dynamic to this whole thing that I don't think we've ever really had it in a shooting game like this before. Like a PUBG is really, to me, like an outgrowth of Call of Duty and maybe Gears of War, just those classic games where you kill things. But never have you been able to build this way. This is like it's kind of complex. It's like Lego. It's like a Legos video game where you kill people. It's like very interesting. It's way more dynamic.
Which is why it's
PUBG is for
inferior.
the simpleton who's mad that he wasn't good at Fortnite and he couldn't hang
Right.
with the minds in Fortnite and who wanted to go back to a game where you just hide around corners and shoot things. Now, I'm not trying to minimize the achievements of top PUBG players because a competition's competition, but I just find PUBG to be the inferior game.
Which is why it's the better game.
Which is why they're our sponsor.
Right.
We tried to get Fortnite to sponsor us. They said,
who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? PUBG said, we're so desperate and we're hemorrhaging money so quickly that we might not even be around by next year, so we might as well pay you guys to plug our game.
Well, and the funny thing is they paid us a ridiculous amount of money. Like enough money they could have put that back into developing a better game, but they just decided to pay us instead. It's amazing.
It's almost like PUBG, the developers have already given up.
Yeah.
They know Fortnite won. I mean, I have to say this right now, even though they're our sponsor, and I don't want to be too disrespectful, but RIP PUBG.
For real.
For real, like rest in peace, PUBG. When you see this Fortnite Season 6 update, I don't even know what to say about it. It's just going to make PUBG players even more quiet. Yeah. Like, have you noticed that PUBG players used to argue with Fortnite players about which game was better? And now it seems like the PUBG guys have gotten a little quiet. It seems to be getting quieter. The updates not nearly as frequent. It's like, hey, Fortnite keeps updating. What's going on with PUBG?
Bro,
you guys just had you guys finally had a legitimate update that was to shrink your map?
Bro, they got skins. They got skins in the game now. For only $10.
PUBG, I'm really into you. I love you, but
Fortnite's better.
Fortnite's a better game.
And also, what people don't know is in Season 6, there's going to be, that volcano is going to split the map in half. Where the lake or where the river is, it splits the map. It's going to split even farther. Now we're going to have seafaring, boats, canoes, those swans that you pedal around the pond, and you're going to be able to go back and forth. Kind of like Britain and America. Like a nice big water battle.
Is that going to be Season 6 or is that going to be Season 7?
It's Season 69. They're planning that way in advance.
Okay. Well, let me take a look at the board here and see if there are any more things that we have written down about Fortnite.
Oh, the bouncy, the walls that are made out of the cube material. So if you shoot at it, it shoots right back at you.
That's crazy that they're going to do that and the migrant cages.
Well, you gotta mix it up, make it fun.
So it's going to be like the cube, but the wall. You can make the walls out of the cube material.
Yeah. So if somebody snipes you from far away, it just shoots it right back. Shoots it right back at them.
I like that. Is there anything else? We got 5 minutes left, and we can get out of here. Out of this one. I actually had fun talking about Fortnite.
Dude, Fortnite is a blast.
Like I said, I haven't played a lot of games in a long time, but Fortnite has me gaming again. And Fortnite has me realizing that guys like Ninja, who, for all those that don't know, is considered the best Fortnite player in the world. This guy, I never used to think of gamers as professional athletes or something that should be taken seriously. But after watching Ninja play, I have a newfound respect for gamers. Like top-level gamers, they're doing something with their brains and their hands that I think very few people understand the complexity. Like when you watch Ninja play Fortnite, how he builds, how quickly he builds, the instincts, you're just like, dude, are you a robot? Like, it's amazing that there are humans that have this kind of hand-eye coordination and who can think like this to build these structures like the way he does.
Mm-hmm. And do the quick edits. I mean, he's a master with the hunting rifle. Like, that guy gets headshots. We were watching that the other day, that sniper round he did. It was just unbelievable. But if you think, like, when you were 14, imagine having Fortnite. Like, I would love to go back in time and tell myself, dude, there's going to be this game where you play 100 people, and it's going to update every 6 weeks, almost every week. People are, dude, it's so much fun. It's like the best game.
The idea of Fortnite 2, the idea of Fortnite is 100 guys drop out of a bus and land, and then they have to kill one another, and the last man wins. And to me, that's such an old school, primitive idea. It's basically war.
Yeah.
Every man for himself. I mean, you can do duos, but I play solo. Mark usually plays solo. Every man for himself. You're playing with 99, presumably 99 other players. And best man wins. To me, that's just a classic competition amongst other people.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any more raw than that. And that's the appeal to me. I don't like games where you respawn, where like it's a point thing and there's a kill list. No. When I kill you, I kill. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about Fortnite. And I used to spend a lot of my free time reading. And unfortunately, well, I think fortunately, I don't know. Reading could be overrated. I'm not fully there yet, but I'll let you. On my deathbed, I'll let you know. If I make it to a deathbed, if I'm lucky enough, I'll give you my final breakdown, conclusion on the importance of reading.
I'll write down whatever you say.
Yes, thank you.
Or not write it down, depending on if you like it or not.
The point being is that it's a great way to fill some of your time. I'm an anxious guy, and I usually fill a lot of my time creating. Like I've learned now as a man who's approaching 33 that my anxiety and depression is just so bad, and it's so intense that I delve into creative projects to escape it. It really is escapism for me. It's a way to use my anxious and nervous energy and create something that I'm proud of. And not to say that I'm creating something with Fortnite, but it's just another way to sort of blow off some steam.
Yeah.
To release some anxious energy that would otherwise drive me nuts and torment me. So, although PUBG is our top sponsor, right now PUBG has given us more than any sponsor. Monsanto's got to step up. I think Monsanto, they're getting a little cocky because they realize that they don't need sponsors. Because let's face it, when you control the food supply, you don't really need a spokesman. Would you agree? But I'll make the argument that it helps, and that Mark and we're going to peddle your poison. And PUBG, we're going to ride with you to the end. And then when you guys go out of business, we're gonna move on and hopefully get sponsored by Fortnite. Mark, is there anything you'd like to say? Actually, real quick, there's something I would like to say. I would like to say that please leave a comment on iTunes, on our podcast. We need 69 comments to be taken seriously.
Yes.
So please engage. If you don't like it, please tell us. Like, please be very rude and mean. I want brutality. I want beauty. I want it all. Timer just went off, so
nice.
now we're giving our last props.
There we go.
Like I said, we need 69 comments. Subscribe to us on the Mark and Josh YouTube page. Subscribe and like, and all that annoying stuff that you hear. All these annoying
ring those bells.
Smash that bell. Smash this. Smash that. Do this. Do that. I mean, you guys. Most of you. I mean, if you're like an average American, most of you are probably have nervous, anxious energy just thinking about paying your bills and doing your daily life. And I'm asking you to do more stuff on top of that.
It sucks.
I know you probably got student loans. You probably got this. You probably got rent. You're scared you're going to die like all of us, and you're wrapped up in your own shit. Am I good looking? Am I good enough? Will I find an appropriate mate? I know that you're all wrapped up in all of these personal battles, but I'm a small man, and I need you to make me feel good about myself. So please go to the Mark and Josh YouTube page. Subscribe if you haven't. Go to the iTunes, Mark and Josh. Our podcast is there. It's for you to listen to. It's there for you. I want to make stuff that you like, stuff that you enjoy. And if I don't, I have to kill myself.
Before that, though, they could say what they don't like, maybe. Or I don't know why I'm saying they.
If you don't like
Just
my
if you don't like it, say it.
If you don't like my podcast, let me know, and I'll take the ninja sword and shove it through my heart and sacrifice myself, whatever that's called.
Can I film
I'm not
it?
cultured,
Can I film
so
it?
I can't tell you what it's called. Although
I gotta post that shit.
I have one of my ex-girlfriends who she was Vietnamese, but she was in Japan for a while and she knew Japanese, and she brought me on anime, and I think that she'd be ashamed of me right now if she saw that I don't even know what the sacrifice is called. I know it's something.
I don't.
I'm totally.
I'm not up
I
on
don't
my
have
Japanese
any culture. I'm from America. American culture is to just make fun of other cultures or not know about them at all.
I think that's what it is.
That's really what
Stupidity is the American culture. And I love it.
Mark, do you have any last words?
No, I don't. Actually, thank you for watching, and thank you for...
If you're listening, though,
Yeah.
they're not going to understand what you meant by watching.
You got me, bro.
I got you. This is the audio. This is the MP3. If you're listening to this, if you're listening to this right now, and you don't see a video, that means you're listening to the MP3 file. And it's not a video. It's not video entertainment. But if you're watching this on our YouTube page, then bro, you're watching a video. This is
and thank you
called-
for watching.
It's called new media, bro. This is new. This is anti-establishment media, bro. But not anti-establishment because we are shills for the man.
Don't blow the spot up yet. Drop that up next year. Come on, dude.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for
We love
listening.
you.
Bye.
Thank
Love
you.
you. Have a great week.
Team Arkandios podcast.